What advice on avoiding conflict would you give to another couple and why? What advice on avoiding conflict would you give to another couple?
I think it's to not avoid conflict.
Yeah, like, is this like a trick?
I don't know.
Like, hey, how would you avoid
I
conflict?
don't think
Okay,
that's...
so if I was going to take this literally, how would you avoid conflict? I mean, you could just do what my parents did and just sweep things under the rug like they never happened. You get angry and then you kind of break apart and then not talk about what happened and then pretend it never happened. So I guess if I was literally going to give advice, just pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't like that advice.
But if I was going to say that this was almost reverse psychology or something like that, where they're trying to make a point by pointing this out. I don't think that anyone should avoid conflict. But I'm a very let's solve this now because I don't want it underlined. Just because I grew up in a house full of tension, a lot of tension, because a lot of conflict was not resolved. And I knew when I became an adult, I didn't want that to be the case for my household. So what advice would you give?
You really like to talk things out. And this is going to sound really funny, but fight naked. If you are avoiding conflict, y'all need to get naked, like together. And I'm hoping that this is married couples. I'm being serious.
Not for kids.
Huh? It's
what?
Not for, yeah. It's only because, like, you have to talk about things. And when you're naked, you're vulnerable. So
It's not necessarily my advice. But
okay, you can cut it out, right? You don't have to include that part.
I'll use it.
I would be to talk about it. Like, you can't avoid it forever. Like, eventually, if you avoid it, it's going to create a divide. And the deeper the issue, the deeper the divide. And the longer that you let it fester, even a deeper divide. And so you don't want to allow that. You don't want to allow that to create that divide between you. You have to talk it out.
As long as you're not addressing it, it just gets worse and worse.
Yes.
A lot of people just like, oh, I'll just brush it aside and it'll go away on its own, but it never does. And then it just gets worse and worse. And then eventually someone's going to snap, or something's going to happen where, it's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Camel's back?
I can't speak.